The uniqueness of my story is that I was fired from my father. Because I was fired, I was able to start Beyond Her, an active wellness brand for women of color, and then be able to write this book.
Where did I meet you?
Oh.
First time we met?
Memphis.
Where?
At a comedy club.
She came down front with her girlfriend. Yeah. When I saw her...
Stopped, breathe, y'all. We've got a few genuine family dramatization on the menu nowadays. Picture this. The Harvey family, known for their charm, mind, and humor, are confronting an unforeseen storm brewing in their middle. Presently, it's no mystery that Steve Harvey, the amazing comedian and TV identity, has brought bliss to incalculable family units over the globe. But behind the glitz and fabulousness, there's a story of anguish and hatred that has at last come to its bubbling point. It's free and makes a difference as colossally to bring out unused substance for your enjoyment. Enter Brandi Harvey, the intrepid, no-nonsense girl who has had sufficient of her father's strange non-attendance. With fire in her eyes and assurance in her heart, she's not backing down from going up against the man who once brought chuckling into their lives, but presently appears to have vanished into lean disgust, clearing out their family and confuse. So what's the bargain? Well, it all centers around Marjorie, the lady who apparently came out of no place and cleared Steve off his feet. The once tight-knit family feels like it's been torn separated, and Brandi isn't almost to let this go unnoticed any longer. She's prepared to peel back the layers, reveal the truth, and request answers she and her family merit. In this real-life cleanser musical drama, feelings are running tall, privileged insights are around to be spilled, and extreme questions will be inquired. Brandi is on a mission to stand up to her father for his charge deserting, and she's not holding anything back. Hello, let me donate you the delicious points of interest around Steve and Marjorie Harvey's cherished roller coaster. Beyond any doubt, they might appear just like the extreme control couple, but hello, each relationship's got its privileged insights, right? Sometime recently, Marjorie came into the picture. Steve was hitched to a lady named Marcia back in 1981. At that time, he was hustling as in Protection's sales representative in Ohio, whereas chasing his comedy dreams on the side. Conversation almost active B. Presently, life with Steve wasn't all daylight and rainbows for Marcia. His enthusiasm for comedy regularly had him zipping around, taking off her and the kids hanging at domestic. Intense gig, gotta say. Quick forward 14 a long time and 2 kids afterward. Things begun to induce rough. Rumors began swirling that Steve's disloyalty might have played a portion within the splits shaping in their union. Yikes! Sooner or afterward, their relationship bit the tidy, and Marcia found herself pregnant with their 3rd child in the midst of the mess. And that's when they called it stops. After his to begin with marriage with Marcia hit the rocks, she clearly chosen to plunge her toes into the distributing scene, getting to be in creator with books like Marcia, Considerations from My Mind, and Marcia, Sonnets from the Heart. Looks like she had a few stories to share from her time with Steve. Conversation approximately spilling the tea. But hold up, there's more show. This can be Steve's moment spouse, Mary Lee Shackelford, a proficient cosmetics craftsman. Word on the road is that they got cozy indeed sometime recently. Steve finalized his separate from Marcia. Gracious snap, cherished triangles anybody. Their ways crossed in Texas, whereas Steve was shaking the organize as a stand-up comedian in 1989. Sparkles flew, and they finished up having a child together. Goodness, a small bundle of delight in the midst of the Adore tornado. Their marriage kept going a strong 9 a long time, sometime recently calling it stops in 2005. But buckle up, since the street to the conclusion of their union was anything but smooth cruising. Concurring to the grapevine, there were emails, content messages, and all sorts of juicy stuff coming to light, making the complete circumstance additional untidy. Marcia felt like she merited a few closure or recompense, but Steve chosen to hit the street, clearing out her tall and dry. He dashed off to unused York to their loft, taking off Marcia without a look at the put they once called domestic. And figure what? Mary joined him there as well, including more flavor to the blend. In 2011, Steve Harvey's moment spouse, Mary, spilled the beans and recorded not fair 1 but 3 recordings sharing her side of the story around their about decade-long marriage. Conversation around a tell-all story. Presently, let me grant you highlights of those vids. One jaw-dropping occurrence she related was getting a secretive call at their Adore settle, the conjugal domestic. And who did she think was on the other conclusion? None other than Marjorie herself. The caller was as far as anyone knows inquiring around a work application for Steve's soup company. What? That had Mary considering it was like a stamp of endorsement from the Beat Months. But hold up, there's more tea to spill. Whereas Mary was getting all dolled up at the Excellence Shop, she faltered upon a private letter implied for Steve from another lady named Terry. And figure what was in that letter. Gracious, fair, unequivocal, subtle elements approximately Steve and Terry's small issue. Prompt the emotional pant. All of this dramatization hit Mary like a ton of bricks, making her come confront with the cruel reality of their 16-year relationship. Can you envision the roller coaster of feelings she must have gone through? It's like something straight out of a Cleanser musical drama. But hold up, there's more. Enter Marjorie, the unused driving woman in Steve's life. A few people pondered in case she was exclusively driven by Steve's notoriety and success. But who may fault her? The man's got charisma for days. Back within the day, they were celebrating their moment wedding commemoration. Mary was all dolled up in Los Angeles, prepared to connect Steve in Chicago. But destiny had other plans, and a bundle-stamped private arrived, shattering her world. To include fuel to the fire, Mary found she wasn't the as it were one in Steve's life. Shock City. In spite of all the exterior weights, she attempted to hold the family together for the kids. You gotta respect her quality. But too bad, cherish can be a flighty thing. And inevitably, the separate happened. Sometime recently, it was indeed last. Things got genuine untidy. Steve ousted Mary from her domestic and took guardianship of their child, Winton. Twofold ouch. Mary poured her heart out, feeling like Steve moved on to Marjorie Way as well rapidly. She yearned for a few closure but instead confronted an obliterating lawful fight. Steve appeared to have the upper hand, claiming in court that he built everything on his possess. A genuine intestine punch. Be that as it may, as time passed, the truth came out. A few of Mary's introductory claims didn't hold up in court, but in the long run, she was granted 3 homes, a cool entirety of $1.5 million, and got month-to-month installments of $40,000 for a few months. Brandi Harvey, the girl of Steve Harvey, carries an overwhelming heart filled with outrage and disillusionment toward her father for what she sees as surrender. The torment stems from the time when Steve cleared out his to begin with spouse and family, counting Brandi to be with Marjorie. As a child, Brandi might have had dreams of a solid and adoring father figure by her side, but those dreams were smashed when Steve chose to walk absent from their family domestic. It's common for her to feel harmed and let down as she cooks with the reality that her dad's choice to be with Marjorie came at the cost of his past family's soundness and enthusiastic well-being. Developing up without the nearness of her father amid vital minutes of her life might have cleared out an enduring effect on Brandi. She might have felt ignored, as in case she didn't matter as much as the modern life Steve was building with Marjorie. Such sentiments of surrender can be fantastically agonizing and troublesome to overcome. Fans were completely pissed with him. One individual said, "If you don't mind, Steve Harvey surrendered his spouse. She was with him when he had nothing cleared out, her broke, took their child, hitched a ruler stick and giving exhortation. Steve Harvey gets no regard from me. For what should it benefit a man in case he should pick up the full world and lose his soul?" Another included, "All Steve Harvey spouses have been special ladies to the past spouse. He too deserted his to begin with spouse and all them kids. But ladies appointed him the prophet of all things relationship-wise within the dark community. All pandering makes well-off boy." One more individual said, "Not the Steve Harvey they'd taken relationship counsel from. He can't be the man that surrendered his family. I told y'all he ain't got the answers." A few individuals fair weren't baffled with his behavior and said, "Damn, individuals still complaining around Steve Harvey. It's a good time as ever for me to remind individuals that he may be a seething narcissist liar who surrendered his spouse and kids." Brandi might discover it challenging to get at why her father apparently prioritized his unused relationship over the bond he shared with his to begin with family. Questions like, "Did he not cherish us sufficient?" or "What did we do off base?" might frequent her contemplations, including to her outrage and disillusionment. So what do you think? Comment down underneath and let us know. On the off chance that you enjoyed this video, press the subscribe button and hit the chime symbol to be the primary to see my following video. I post upgrades like this each week where I reveal the privileged insights of your favorite celebrities.